Hello, beautiful Libras. I'm LaChan Devi with Power Life Hypnosis, and this is your November 2018 love and romance reading. As always, I would like to say thank you so much to all of those who thumbs up and like my readings. Thank you to all of those who comment and share, and thank you to all of my old subscribers as well as all of my new subscribers. I appreciate the support from you all. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do so at my website, POWERLIFEHYPNOSIS.com. You can also book a reading with me now directly through the description box below. If you would like to know who your future long-term partner is, details such as when you'll meet your partner, where you'll meet your partner, what your partner will look like, how to recognize your partner, and more, you can book a future partner reading with me now through the description box below, or you can book a reading with me again at my website, POWERLIFEHYPNOSIS.com. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can contact me at any time through the free Instant Go app, and the link for that is instantgo.com/PowerLifeHypnosis. The links to my Instant Go, to book a reading with me now, and for my website are all in the description box below, so you can go ahead and check those links out. Libras, this is a general reading, of course, so the messages may or may not resonate. If they do not, go ahead and check your moon and rising sign videos. Those messages may resonate. Or you can check all three, your sun, moon, and rising, to get a more complete picture of your love and romantic relationships during this month, November 2018. So my dearest Libras, let's go ahead and get into our reading here. So I have here for us our theme, 2 predictions, as well as our fortune in our love lives for the month of November, and then we'll go ahead and get into our guidance so we can discuss how to use our free will to bring about the best outcome. So let's go ahead and get into this. So for our theme here, I actually have 4 cards. I have the flirt card, which came up in the reverse position, and the engagement card. So I have been incorporating reversals with my romance angels cards recently because I feel like it's been giving more information, more details. So again, we have that flirt in the reverse. We have the engagement card. We also have pay attention to the red flags and unrequited love. So these are the themes of what we are going to be experiencing. So how can this show up? Well, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So Libras, this is indicating that a particular relationship, whatever relationship that this is speaking of, we're going to know which one it is speaking of, there's not enough love, again, or attraction or chemistry to keep the relationship going. There is a sense of unrequited love. Someone is not getting the love that they are seeking to get. And we are being guided to pay attention. Pay attention to that. Perhaps because this is the theme, we will be seeing that. We will be truly seeing the nature of the circumstance. The signs are cautioning you. So we may be noticing the signs that we're not going to be able to get what it is that we seek from this particular situation. And then with this flirt in the reverse and this engagement here, to me this is saying that our love lives will have the opportunity to move into a higher level of commitment once we stop sharing our energy with this person. Once we keep our energy to ourselves, because Libras are all about love, right? You guys are ruled by Venus. So Libras love love, and you guys love very deeply and love very well. And all that delicious love is being just kind of wasted, or yeah, wasted on this unrequited love. So it could be that we are able to move our love lives forward. 444 on the clock. We have angelic healing coming during the month of November. Perhaps some stability and some security will be coming to us as well. Again, moving to a higher level of commitment in our love life. So that stability, that security there is going to come by not giving that delicious, wonderful Libra love out where it is not deserved. Instead, we need to give that love to ourselves. We need to give that love to ourselves. All right, so that being the theme, we'll see more so how these cards play out as we move forward with this reading. So Libras, for our first prediction here, I have the lilies. I have the lilies card, the child, as well as the ship. I have the anchor and the cross. So who could this be? Speaking of Libras, who is this person here that we are giving all this good love to, but not getting the love in return? So please keep in mind, this is a general reading. Not all of these details, these descriptive details may resonate. Some may resonate, some may not. Some may even describe yourself. Take the details that resonate, leave what doesn't. And then we'll go ahead and get into what this means in a moment. So we may be dealing with, for many of us, an older male over the age of 30 with this Lilies card. This could be somebody, it's interesting. We have the Lilies card, which is wisdom, older, an older individual, mature individual. Then we also have the child card, which is a younger individual. So this could be, for many of us, an older male over the age of 30 who looks young or who acts young or who looks younger than they are. Or this could be somebody who's over the age of 30 but younger than us. This could be somebody with a baby face or a doll face, somebody who just looks young here. This can be somebody, for some of us, of a different culture, race, ethnicity than ourselves. And this could be somebody who has straight posture, perhaps, broad shoulders. It could be that this person is slender but with some curves here. For example, bottom curves, the shape of an anchor. Let's see here. I'm picking up an eye color of maybe blue or green here. Colored eyes. Colored eyes. For some of us, this will be somebody with tan or darker skin. And I'm seeing the signs of, it could be a fellow Libra, sun, moon, or rising. Capricorn is actually the heaviest energy that I have here. Or this can be a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. So these are the energies that I'm picking up regarding this individual. Darker colored hair. Or depending on the person's age, the hair could even be salt and pepper, depending on their age. Alrighty, so what could this be representing here? With this cross card here, at the foundation, this is saying that this is a connection in which there may be many burdens. We may feel burdened, we may feel challenged. This may be a difficult situation. However, the events going on here could also be fated. Perhaps they were meant to happen at this time. We may be feeling tied down, weighed down by this situation, by this person here. Held down, held back in some way. It's looking as though, Libras, in order to attain that peace, stability, serenity that we seek, right? Libras, balance, that balance. We may be moving forward in a new direction regarding this person. So whereas we may have been challenged and burdened by this situation, held down, sad, depressed, having just a tough time with this person and staying in this situation, staying in this heavy energy, during the month of November, many of us may be making the decision to go towards that peace, that balance, by perhaps even taking baby steps, slowly moving forward in a new direction, moving forward nevertheless. So that is a good thing, because we don't want to stay in this energy. This is the most challenging card in the deck, and this is at the foundation. So this is a challenging relationship here. You know, may have provided many sleepless nights, sadness, depression. And it's interesting that this comes up because this month, on the 7th of November, there is that very significant new moon coming up in the sign of Sagittarius. So we did have that full moon in the sign of, I believe it was in Libra. We had that full moon. If it's not, you guys can correct me in the description box, but that full moon was very significant. Now we are coming to a place of change and transformation and letting go of the things that no longer serve us. We're letting go of the things that are not allowing us to show up to be our best selves in life. So we will be here attaining a new beginning and moving forward, separating ourselves from the situation that's held us down for some time. So if possible, utilize that energy around the full moon, the new moon rather, because that will be a great time to set that new beginning in motion. Set that new beginning in motion. For some of you, a child may be in this situation somehow of significance. Or a pregnancy. Yes. So a pregnancy or a child may be of some sort of significance here affecting the situation. But we want to move in a healthy new direction, away from stress and worry, feeling tied down, feeling weighed down, to serenity, peace. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what our second prediction can bring here. All right. The foundation, we have the prison. So again, feeling imprisoned. We've been feeling imprisoned in a situation. However, I'm feeling as though this is a self-made prison. A new beginnings bringing angelic healing. I see that number here. Okay, so, you know, it could have been a self-made in prison. Self-made in prison. Self-made prison. Through our thoughts, we're having gloomy thoughts at this time. So this letting go or this moving forward may not be easy. This understanding and recognizing, paying attention to those red flags, really seeing what is going on, may not come easy. It may bring sadness, depression, gloomy thoughts, you know, just mental distress here. This person is getting ready to jump off a cliff. So there's going to be some hard feelings within us, within our thoughts. And this may have to do with us isolating ourselves, separating ourselves from this person. So that energy is definitely upon us. Separation, isolation, which may not come easy, but it's going to bring the stability. So we have stability, work, occupation, a change. Not sure if I mentioned those cards already. So military person, work, occupation, and a change. So this is saying, Libras, that we have the ability to bring stability and order back to our lives, back to ourselves, which is very important to Libras because Libras are the sign of the scales, right? The only astrological sign that is a symbol, not a person or an animal. The scales, balance. Balance in life is essential. So to bring about this balance, perhaps balance in thinking, to get out of this energy here, we're going to be putting in the effort to change the situation. There could be somebody leaving here with this change. We're leaving behind something old and familiar for something new. Moving forward, somebody could be leaving. Somebody could be leaving with another partner. We may be cutting this person out of our lives, yes, because there's a scythe here on this card. This is a card of work and occupation. Nevertheless, I do see this scythe looking back at me. So the scythe cuts things, often, suddenly, could be painfully. The scythe brings clarity. So we are paying attention to the red flags. We are seeing the situation for what it is, and we are understanding the concept of unrequited love in this situation. Excuse me. But the great thing is here, using that Scorpio energy around the full moon, the new moon rather, is going to be very beneficial, because now that we've got to this place where we can see what is going on, we're able to decide not to bring that back into our lives. Unless we want to, but I don't think we do. So this is the energy that's going on. And it's actually a very powerful energy. So we are understanding again what is not serving us, what has been holding us back. And we are changing, transforming. We are going within and digging deep and understanding what is going on. Going within to really look at the nature of the issue here. And we are making the decision to move forward, the new moon. So that is likely why our love lives are ascending to a higher level of commitment, because as we grow and change, so do the people that come into our lives. Wherever we are in our lives is where somebody is going to meet us. So if we are at a low place, for example, if we are at a place where we don't love ourselves, if we don't actively work to love ourselves, put in the effort to love ourselves, then we are going to attract others who are not going to love us as well. If we work to love ourselves, and if we cultivate self-love, then we're going to attract people into our lives that meet us there as well. So it could be that when this person came into our lives here, we were at a place where perhaps there was not a high level of self-love or self-esteem. And therefore, we allowed ourselves to give out all that delicious love that we should have been giving to ourselves. And that is why we ended up in a situation where we could have been mistreated or led to feel this way, burdened, again, challenged, weighed down, tied down. Not able to reach our full potential in life and love, perhaps. Not life, but love. So let's give that love to ourselves. And as we do that, again, we will attract others where we are. And that's why it's always a good idea to ascend Our love lives are ascending to a higher level of commitment as we love ourselves. So again, we're going to be putting in the effort to get the stability by moving forward, changing what's going on, changing the circumstance. Maybe we're setting boundaries. We're not going to let people treat us like this anymore, perhaps. And that's always a good thing to do, because people only treat us the way we allow them to. And when we have lower amounts of self-love or lower self-esteems, we can allow people to mistreat us much more easily, and we can see others as better than who they truly are. So love yourself, Libra. Love yourself. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into our fortune. Hindrance. So we have a hindrance here. Fate has blocked this path for you. So fate has blocked this path. There's a hindrance moving forward. Again, perhaps I see a butterfly here, not being able to transform by staying stuck in this situation. However, you know, fate, guides, the angels, God, your higher power, your spiritual support team, those beings that love you unconditionally and want the best for you, that we cannot see but are very real, they are moving you forward in a new direction. They're keeping you safe from harm with this shield card. So it's interesting how fate has blocked this path. It's like, okay, this is why it was blocked, right? There's a shield. You're being protected. You are safe from harm. So you are being protected by those that love you unconditionally and that are guiding you through this process. Because if we continue to go down this path, if we continue, there's no room for us to grow or get something better, you know? If we continue to put love and affection and time and energy into not receiving love, because that's what we're doing when we are putting all our efforts into something that's unattainable. We're not allowing ourselves to receive love. And Libras love love. So Libras deserve, everyone deserves love, but deserve and don't need love more than others. However, relationships and romance is very important to those born under Libra. So now it's time to get the love that is nourishing and can feed that in a positive way, as opposed to chasing after something or putting all our effort into something that is not giving us back what we wish for. And that's also something to pay a lot of attention to. That's also something to pay a lot of attention to. And heal, clear away during this new moon energy. Because again, we had that cross card. This is fate. This was fated. This had to happen somewhere or another. And if we weren't going to take the effort or take the action, make the effort, take action, fate had to step in and divine intervention had to be put in place. Because sometimes we are not able to see what is best for us. Sometimes we believe that we know better, or we believe we know what is best for us when we really don't. You know, there are an unlimited amount of possibilities as to how something could turn up or show up in our lives. There's an unlimited amount of possibilities regarding how love can show up in our lives. And we can sometimes get tunnel vision regarding a certain person, thinking that I want this person because this person is love. When really it's not even about the person. It can be anybody. It's the feeling that we get. That is what love is. It's a feeling. It's not a person. It's not a tangible person. It's the feeling that we get. So we can chase after somebody who made us feel loved when really that may not be the right person for us. So fate is stepping in and moving us into a new direction where we can get that love, that delicious love that we are seeking and deserving. So this could be a time that is challenging once again, but this is really all for the better. It is allowing our love lives to ascend to a higher level of commitment, because now we're going to move forward. We're going to be stronger. We're going to be wiser. And we have the opportunity here to leave those patterns in the past, to move forward, and again, to attract people who are going to treat us the way we want to be treated. Discernment can also be a good idea. I'm hearing discerning, being discerning, in particular in the beginning of relationships. Because if somebody comes along, and not always, but when people come along and they just seem like our Prince Charming and like they are everything, and you know, they're everything that we ever wanted, and they just seem like the best thing ever, you know, it's like sometimes, yes, things can be too good to be true. That is often love bombing. And when we are love addicts, when we really desire love in relationships, we can be more prone to being targeted and reeled in by those types of individuals who seem like they're going to be able to give us the love that we seek, but really in reality they cannot. And then we get stuck in the situation where we are giving our love to someone who does not love us in the same way. The snake, right? So moving forward with our fortune, we have this snake here. Let's actually go here first with this coffin. So something is ending, Libras, and it is for the better. Transformation. Transformation. We can allow something better to take its place. I'm not even sure. Are these lilies? To me, these, when I see these, I think of the lilies, which is, again, we're getting that calm coming back to our lives. We're releasing that worry, we're having peace, that stability, that calm, that security, that balance, that Libra energy there. Natural endings abound. Take care with health. So take care of mental, emotional, physical health. Be mindful of what you put in your body. Be mindful of rest. Be mindful of how we are treating ourselves at this time. We have to, well, we don't have to, but it would be a good idea to give that love that is so wonderful to ourselves first. To ourselves first. If we continue to pour love outward without pouring love to ourselves first, then we are going to end up in these codependent dynamics, or in these dynamics where we are heartbroken, and that may just become a pattern, an unhealthy pattern for us. And the more we do the same thing, the more we're going to get of it. So let's turn our focus, the snake, away from the snake. Let's turn our focus in another direction towards what it is that we actually want, right? Be the change you want to see in the world. So if we want to see love, let's be love. Let's be loving to ourselves first. And then we have that snake card once again. So the snake card is saying that our intuition, so Libra, your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path, but be careful. So again, be careful of this situation. Be careful of this person. Be careful not to get reeled back in the future. Pay attention to everything going on. Pay attention to what has already been happening. I just heard it could be a good idea to really take an inventory and take note of the dynamic and what has been occurring up until now. What has been occurring up until now. And we do have an opportunity for a new beginning. So again, there could be some child, some baby, some infant that is of significance here. We do also have a chance for a rebirth, for a new start, a new beginning. And we also had that child card, didn't we? Yeah, we also have that child card. So we maybe need to take baby steps. If it's challenging for us to jump right into it, as long as we are moving forward in that direction, we are doing ourselves a favor. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. So this, to me, if you see it on this card, there are a lot of stars here. So this could be speaking about what is going on with the planets right now, with that very deep transformational energy. We're letting go of the things that are not serving us, that are holding us back, holding us down, keeping us anchored to what it is that we don't want. So again, utilize that wonderful, wonderful energy to make a new beginning, to make a new start. And it is much easier to stick with the changes that we decide to make around the new moon. So when we make changes during that time, they're not as challenging. We have support behind us, very powerful support. And this is such a powerful, powerful new moon. I cannot stress that enough. So use that energy, guys, because we want to move forward towards the direction of our goals and our dreams, as opposed to staying stuck and going round and round over and over and over again, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That is the definition of insanity. So for our guidance, again, we have this round and round card. This is number 25. This card came up on the bottom. Number 27, 37, never ending story. Yes. 16, all that glitters. 24, in the reverse, time for a nap. Excuse me. Libras, we're going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again unless we decide to make the conscious decision to step in and make a change. Until we say no more, we're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again, getting the same thing that we've always gotten over and over again. So let's pay attention to the red flags. Are we doing the right thing? If we are not receiving the love that we desire and we are pouring love out, no, we're not doing the right thing. There is a better way. But we must be gentle with ourselves, because as humans, we're always doing the best that we can in any given circumstance. We're always doing the best that we can, and with the tools that we have. If we had better tools, if we knew a better way, if we were able to do better, then we would. So let's be gentle and loving with ourselves, knowing that up until now, we were always doing the best that we can. Now we have an opportunity to really move forward toward the direction of our dreams. So if we are not able to move forward and ascend our love lives, the only thing that's truly holding us back is ourselves. So we have the opportunity. It's just going for it. And if we choose to stay stuck, if we choose to keep going over and over again, if after this situation we're still feeling burdened and tied down, and we're still having that cross energy, that really dark, heavy energy, we must take accountability for that as well. We don't have to be hard on ourselves, but we must take accountability and recognize that I'm asking for this. You know, I'm asking for this. The more focus, attention, energy we put into something, the more of it we get. So if we put our focus, energy, and attention into not getting love, because the love is unrequited, and even if we're pouring our hearts into this situation, we're asking for more lack of love. Do we have a fear? Is it a fear that's keeping us held back? Is this a pattern for us? Do we have the pattern of feeling unloved? Does that feel safer for us? Would it be scarier to make a change and really get that love that we so desire? Yes, going within is necessary here. So let's do some introspection, Libras, during this time. That could be a very, very useful thing to do. Some introspection. Seeing the patterns in our lives. Seeing how we are the ones who are behind this pattern. We are the ones who have created this round and round motion because we've stayed on this carousel for so long. We have the opportunity to get off of the carousel, walk away towards something better. So it could be a good idea, again, look at our fears, what we are afraid of, what's keeping us going round and round, what's keeping us in this place. Are we afraid to really show up in our relationship, show up in love? Why is that? Do we have enough self-love? What is going on here? Is it something from childhood, some childhood early script? Because our minds are formed, the way we think, the way we view the world is formed generally between the ages of 0 to 8. Before our ability to discern and analyze and use logic, reasoning, make decisions, before that part of our brain develops. So if we have this pattern going on, it could be something that is just programmed within us. And we can look at the beliefs, the patterns, the habits that are not serving us, and we can decide to rewrite that script by acknowledging those red flags and choosing a better thought, a better way of thinking. Just because we have a thought, just because we have a belief, or just because, you know, we do something doesn't mean that it's right and doesn't mean that it is cemented. We can change at any time. And that is what this new moon energy is all about. Let's change that never-ending story. We have the opportunity to change these thoughts, to change this never-ending story. So this is a 10 energy. So an ending, again, cycles. This is a cycle energy, cyclical energy. So there's an ending and there's a beautiful new beginning. The ending of a lack of love and the beginning of beautiful, warm, delicious, wonderful again love. So we have this never-ending story card here, signifying that we have a voice inside of our heads that says, you know, do this, don't do that. This is how the world is. This is what is real. This is what is not. And this is a never-ending story that we have built because of past relationships, past hurts, past, you know, viewing, you know, way of viewing things. And this voice, it knows that we've experienced pain in the past. So it wants to keep us protected. It wants to protect us. So that's why it tells us these things. For example, you know, stay with this person because this is safe to me. This is safe to my mind. Even if consciously I don't want this, consciously I'm not like, yes, don't give me love. Yes, please just use me and just keep on doing that, and, you know, keep mistreating me and that's great for me. That's not what we're thinking consciously. However, by repeating these actions and pouring that energy into the situation, saying this situation, that is what we are communicating in a subconscious way. That is our subconscious communication. It is saying that, yes, we like this because it is familiar. So that voice within that says, I have to keep going for those who are unavailable because maybe I'm afraid to really open up and be loved. Maybe, you know, I'm afraid of being accepted, or I just heard that maybe they're not going to love me for all of who I am. anything like that, whatever the thoughts are. Again, love that voice, but acknowledge that, as we were speaking of before, it is not always correct. It's not always correct. It's just based on our past programming. But now we have the opportunity to change that programming with this energy, this universal energy here, bringing about a new beginning. We can rewrite our scripts. Use affirmations. Affirmations may be very useful. Looking at our beliefs, what's not serving us, thinking about, okay, how is it that we want to see the world? Do we want to see the world as having opportunities abound for love? Do we want to look at the world as somewhere where we are free to be ourselves and loved for who we are? If that is so, we can rewrite that script. Use affirmations here. All that glitters. So it's time to go within. Again, this is a card of we need to go within, see what is underlying. All that is glitter, all that glitters rather, is not always gold. So let's look into this person, this situation that we are experiencing, and see what's really going on underneath, beneath the surface, not the shiny, pretty outside of what, you know, our fears are telling us, what this never-ending story is saying to us, because this is what's in our mind here. Let's look at what's really going on so that we can move our love lives forward in a new direction. So again, let's look at this person, and let's also understand that everyone in our lives is a mirror of ourselves. Our relationships, they're a mirror of ourselves. People are only going to treat us the way we allow them to treat us, because people are going to treat us the way that we feel about ourselves. So if we have high amounts of self-love, people in the world, excuse me guys, people in the world are going to reflect that back to us. If we do not have that, that will be reflected back to us as well. Understand that our relationships are mirrors of who we are. So that being said, we can understand more about ourselves and why we are in this pattern. But that can only come through paying attention. Paying attention to those red flags. And we can also look at the circumstances, situation, and what it is that we feel as though we need from that person. And that is a big indicator as to how we can work on ourselves as well. And I was just mentioning this in the Scorpio reading. So if you are dealing with a Scorpio, or if you have Scorpio in your chart, it could be a good idea for you to check out that reading as well, because that was a similar theme that came up. So we can look at others knowing that they're a mirror to tell ourselves what we need to work on. For example, do we feel like we need that person's love very desperately? Do we need that person's love? Is that person love to us? Okay, what does that say about us? That says that we need to give ourselves more love. Are we using that person for, not using that person, but does this person bring us some kind of stability or security, or thoughts of stability or security? Do we associate this person with stability and security? Okay, then that means we need to make that for ourselves to be the best that we can be. 44 on the clock. Angelic healing is coming. Yes, we are moving forward. Yes, we are making changes towards abundance. That is very, very beautiful. We are empowering ourselves through these endings and these cycles. So, okay. Let's go within and see what's real. What's real? This is also, when I see this card, it's associated with narcissism quite often. So somebody who's wearing a mask, somebody who is not who we really think they are, because this person may be showing us, or may have showed us, what we wanted to see. What we wanted to see. So we have this time for a nap card in the reverse once again. So this is a 6 energy. So to get that abundance of joy, of love, that is so important to Libras, we have to get up and do something different. Let's get up. Let's get on up. Let's do something different. Let's meet new people. We got to move. We have to move forward. We have to take some action. We've been sleeping for so long. We've been sleeping for very long. We've been doing the same thing over and over again. It's time to get up and do something different, so we can bring about a different outcome. If we keep doing the same thing over and over again, we're going to keep getting the same outcome. So maybe we need to take a chance. Maybe we need to take a chance, do something different, even if it's scary at first, even if we're fearful because we're not sure. And Libras, let me also say this. The reason why future partner readings are so dear to me, so important to me, is because we often have fears about our future when it comes to relationships. I've been there. You know, it is a very common thing. We may believe maybe there's no one out there for us, or we may, you know, latch on to the first person who shows us love, the love that we want to see reflected back to us, because we are unsure about relationships in the future. So I created the future partner reading years ago and brought it to YouTube, because this reading serves the purpose of letting us know, showing us, revealing to us who is coming in for us in the future, when they are coming in, who they are exactly, where. We have all the details. We have the blueprint that is laid out for us. So we have the answers of this person, and we no longer have to wonder who's coming in for us. And it also serves the purpose of, if somebody comes in before that and they are not giving us, showing us what it is that we are seeking, if they're giving us less than that, we already will know who that person is, our partner rather. We already know who our partner is. So when this other person is in our lives and not showing up for us the way we need them to, or the way that we want them to, we can let go of that person much more easily. And then we will also already have the answers as to how to align ourselves with that person. So we know exactly when they're coming in, how, why, where, what, who they are, what they're like, everything. And then we have a plan of, okay, this is what I need to do in the meantime. So when this person comes in at this time that I already know, I will be in the best place to have my ideal relationship. So if you would like to book a future partner reading with me, you can do so. Again, in the description box below, I highly recommend a future partner reading in this sort of situation, because it serves the purpose of relieving worries and stress that we may have for a lifetime. And that's why I brought it to YouTube, because I needed the answers. I needed the answers. I wanted to know the future of my relationship. I didn't want to be in these types of situations anymore. So I had to get the answers. And when it played out, I said, I have to bring this to the world. I have to share this so everybody can find that relief as well. So again, if you're interested, I highly recommend you book a future partner reading with me. But we got to take some kind of action. We have to move in some direction. We cannot stay in the same place. Self-love is where we start. Giving that love to ourselves first and foremost. So, Libras, let's go ahead and go into our postcard from Spirit here. So this reads, Dear Libra, uncertainty is the new normal for the whole world. Things are changing at a rapid pace, and the old ways we once trusted are no longer reliable. This is speaking of, oh, I have chills. I have chills. This is speaking of that new moon, and it's going down my leg. The chills are going down my leg, signifying to me we are walking into receiving, moving forward in a direction to receive something better. I have to pay attention to the pattern. It tells me something. So yes, embracing change, even if it's slow, because I'm feeling it now here. So I'm just feeling the pattern. So yes, embracing change. The change may come radically, it may come swiftly, like that scythe energy. The scythe acts quickly. But again, as long as we are moving forward toward the direction of what it is that we desire, then we shall get more of it that we desire. Leaving the familiar behind can be a good thing. When, Libra, you are pushed to step into the unknown, you are pulled forward into discovering new possibilities that have been hidden in plain sight. Check in with your higher power. Your soul knows better than your small self. Never-ending story. This is the small self, the never-ending story that says, I may get hurt, this may happen, that may happen. However, our soul knows. Our soul knows better. Our soul knows the love that is already coming in for us. We just don't know. We just don't know in our smaller selves. Have faith, Libras, in the support of a higher power and the infinite potential for your life. Right now, the advice we have for you is this. Try something new, right? Let's get up, do something new. We have this, all this energy here, that child. Do something new, do something different. Do something different. Let's get out of this cycle. This is a great place to be, because if we don't know, it's like we don't know what we don't know. So if we didn't know this already, we would just keep on going and we would never be able to have that love that we want. So we're in the best place right here, right now, because we know. Now that we know, it's up to us to choose. Do we want more of the same, or do we want what we want? Do we want more of the same, or are we ready to experience? Do we want to experience what we want, what we truly do want? So again, it's time to do something new, do something different. You won't know how it feels, what it looks like, or what the outcome will be if you do not take that first step into the unknown and experience the unfamiliarity.
Sorry, I can't do that. You're not listening to the music app.
Oh my gosh, did you guys just... Wow. Did you guys just hear my Siri? My Siri just randomly went off. It's not being, my phone's not being touched. And it just said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. You're not listening to the music app. I'm sorry, I can't do that. That's a message. I'm sorry, I can't do that. You're not listening to the music app. So we haven't been paying attention to the red flags before. We haven't been listening to the music of our circumstances, the notes, the melodies of our love lives. We haven't been paying attention. Therefore, we have stayed in the same place. That is really amazing. I just got a new phone, and that's the second time that this has happened today during a reading. And this just, it's weird. I've had this phone and it hasn't done that at all. And today it just did that twice. So that is very significant. Thank you for that message, Siri. So now we are aware. Now we are aware. And now we can change that song. We can change the tune. You know, if we've had a tune on a song of heartache and heartbreak and unrequited love and, you know, putting our energy into someone who's not able to return it, now we can choose a different playlist. Let's undo that playlist. Let's delete that playlist and let's build a better one. But we have to figure out the music first, right? We don't know what songs we're going to put on the playlist. Okay, what is the playlist we're going to put? Or what are the songs we're going to put on this playlist of life as we intend to create it, life as we intend to receive it, as we intend to see it? We have to figure that out. So we got to go through our options. What options can we take? What songs can we put on this playlist? And then we choose a playlist accordingly. And then we put together what it is that we seek. But we have to delete that first playlist, that first story first, and rewrite a new one, right? We can change our lives from a sad song to a love song. So, Libras, taking that first step into the unknown, experiencing the unfamiliarity is essential at this time, and we have all the energetic support around us to do so easily and gracefully. And Libras, you will be so glad you did. You'll be so glad you took that step. Remember, take one step towards the gods, they will take 10 towards you. And you'll be glad you did, because the treasure will appear. So if we want love, we have to focus our ideas, our intentions, our beliefs, and everything on love versus a lack of love. We have to get off of that carousel again, do something different. And Libras, your spiritual support team, spirit, God, universe, angels, your higher power, your whole spiritual support team, they're so proud of you for being brave. So good job, Libras. Good job for being brave. Good job for taking that first step. And things can only get better. That's the beauty of this. Things can only get better. There's nowhere else to go. As we ascend, so does our life. So does our circumstances in our lives. So beautiful. We are moving forward to a higher level of commitment, much more love in our lives, loving ourselves, people loving us being able to openly give love. Love, love, love is coming. Libras, you are so loved and so supported. Ooh, I'm getting chills again. Alrighty, so my lovely Libras, I hope that I was able to provide you all with some useful messages and useful guidance. Go ahead and thumbs up, like this reading if the messages resonate. Share, comment, and subscribe if you have not done so already. And subscribe so we can check back into this situation mid-month. And again, if you would like to book a private reading with me, perhaps about this situation, or if you would like to book that future partner reading with me, that I do truly recommend, because it changed my life, and that's why I brought it to you. And it can have a really great benefit, especially at a time of uncertainty. Especially at a time of uncertainty, and when we don't know, and when we have doubts, or when we have fears. Let's relieve those. If you want to book a future partner reading with me, you can go ahead and do that in the description box, or again, on my website, POWERLIFEHYPNOSIS.com. So I love you guys, and I wish you the best of luck in this situation. Much love, much light to you, Libras. Mwah. I'll see you all soon.